Hello and welcome back to another week of Samba iRacing. We are back in the Dallara P217 LMP2 at Daytona Road for yet another track guide. Now I'm getting this out nice and early because obviously it's being used in the special events as well as in the normal IMSA series. And if you want to drive this exact setup that's being used in the track guide, you can go to our website sambasetup.com, or you can go to our Patreon page. There are links to both in the description. There's also a link to Gianni Lutzu's coaching website, lutzudriverperformance.com. He's the guy doing the lap, 10.5k, real-life racing driver, full-time driver coach. He is the GOAT. Check him out. Here we are, smashing it down the main straight, looking for a really wide entry into turn one, coming all the way outside there, long trail off, picking back up on the gas in second gear. Try not to take too much of this curve because it can be a bit of an issue in this car. Second to last lamppost on the left-hand side on the brakes, it's about 75%, long trail off again, down into first gear. Very patient on throttle application, on exit. Gonna head over to the right-hand side and take turn 5, absolutely flat out. I'm going to brake hard in the middle of this entrance road, again up to about 75%, again a perfect trail off from Gianni there, and again progressive load on the gas pedal on exit. I'm going to brake at the start of that last entrance road, down to second gear, back on the gas. You want to feel as if you're driving into the wall as you go up and then back down the banking. Going to head over to the right hand side. Now don't brake too early for the chicane, but it is going to come just before the 1 marker, down to third gear, back on the gas between the second and third apexes. He's absolutely nailed that, and now we're just going to keep it nice and low down on track. Minimal as possible steering inputs, and just remember we can no longer go below the yellow in the tri-oval. And over and across the line we go in a 1:36.9. Breakdown lap coming up next. Right, breakdown lap. So we want to be nice and wide, almost against this wall, and we're going to take a massively wide entry. So first braking marker is going to be the end of the last white line in the middle, and we get on the brakes up to about 60-65%. But we want to get all the way out here. There isn't an off track, but we just want to keep trailing off, and we start picking back up on the gas, sort of mid-corner, still cutting back across, and we should be pointing at the middle of those ad hoardings up ahead, especially the white and red one that you can see. Reach 100% almost fully on exit. As you can see, you've already pointed past the carousel wheel coming up. Now for this corner, we go past the white lines on the right-hand side that we've just passed, and we're going to brake just before we get to the second to last lamppost on the left-hand side. There you go. And again, reaches a peak of about 75%, trails it off down to first, starts picking back up on the gas as soon as you can sort of see the carousel wheel in your windshield. Shield. Put my teeth back in. So this is where we amble over to the right so that we can cut back and take this flat. And now we're looking for this entrance road on the left-hand side. So when we are basically in the middle of that, there you go. He gets on the brakes and again hits 75% briefly, trying to avoid locking up coming into this. And again, it's a nice trail off down to first, starts picking back up on the gas, down at the apex with the right-hand tyres on the rumble strip. Doesn't reach 100% until we are virtually at corner exit, or certainly having come back away from the curbs. Nice wide exit. Now there's these 2 entrance roads on the right. We're going to totally ignore the first one, which has this strange coloured asphalt. We're going to start braking more or less at the start of the second one, as you can see here there, or just when you're alongside this grass. And again, briefly up to about 65%, but a short trail off. Start picking back up on the gas down at the apex as soon as you are more or less pointing at the end of that tyre wall up ahead. He doesn't reach 100% until he's quite a bit of the way out, and as I say, it's always going to feel as if you're going to drive up into that wall. You're going to get nice and tight to it, but then come back down. Meander our way over to the right hand side. So we're going to start braking now exactly halfway between the 2 and the 1 marker. So it's going to feel like you're at the 1. And we're going to trail it off down to 4th. And we're still trailing it off at the first apex. Little increase and then a decrease again to the 2nd. He's dropped it down to 3rd. And now he's nice and wide. And he's going to progressively increase. And he's actually at 100% before he gets to that 3rd set of curbs. And then he's obviously flat through the 4th as well. Now do be careful if you've not raced Daytona Road since last year. They are a lot more stringent on the off tracks than they were previously. And this bit's nice and straightforward, just keeping it nice and low. But as I say, we can't take all of our car under the yellow. We can take half of it. But Gianni just keeps up above it. And over and across the line we go. Right, we've got one final version coming up next with the driving line on, but without me talking. So enjoy that.